he created this thing right up on YouTube. And I was really honored, right, because, I just thought, right, it was like a practical joke. But then when we started to look right at the amount of people right, that were looking at these films and what some of the people were saying, I got a little nervous, and I felt honored, but I also too felt that I wanted to explain an objective, which a lot of people didn't really understand. And maybe I'll demonstrate on that when I have the question and answer period. But my main objective in a lot of those films and even a lot of my TV shows is to take different, like for example, like John Bonham, who I did a lot of my earlier seasons on, to take if you listen really carefully to what I did when I did my drum radio debut things, to like the Immigrant Song, I took those figures. Take the way that I did it was the second, was one of the live versions where he's kind of zoom zupu zappo badu zuzu zappo babu. And then when I took the E and da, and I kind of went boo do ba dabba badu do da ba ba, and I attacked it. And I said, well, then that, zoo, so then it created kind of like a Steve Gadd Clark feel. Or if I wanted to go in a Steve Gadd feel, I would add a 5. Or then, I might see, I imagine these other guys coming in, or I might imagine Bernard Purdy. Take the way he drops his hands. The way Bernie likes to drop his hands. I'm sure he would mind if I quoted him. He's a really nice man. He would really be honored with that. I met him. Etc., etc. But what happened is it created there were these guys that were all kind of I don't know what they were saying, but some of them were they weren't really positive, but so what I wanted to try to explain to them is what I was trying to do is get the genetic combination of things so that then you're influenced kind of, and then you create your own sort of journey, like what Dave Weckl does, and he explained that in his wonderful presentation some while ago, like a journey of molecularization, well, not molecularization, of genetically combining different things as though you were a scientist.